Hello and welcome to the roundtable for the Gauntlet Championship Series. My name is Promec. I'm the host of Running the Gauntlet, and I'm here today with four captains to talk about what their experience was in the league with this season, and just listen to their stories, see if there's any juicy drama in between. Joining me here today is Acid Step, Aloon, Geeky, and Cheese. They will be doing the most of the talking. If you guys could each of you introduce yourselves in 1 or 2 minutes and tell me what your team name is and what the identity of your team is. Acid, you can start.
All right, cool. Assets up. Team captain of Team GG. I went with Team GG because I feel like Team Gay Guys would have been offensive. So went with Team GG. I want to be inclusive. Um, I guess the identity of my team is that I drafted 3 mid players, and I feel like people were kind of memeing at me. But I don't know. Like I feel like we're a little flexible. We do a little bit of everything. I want to say we're amazing at one thing, but we're pretty good at all the things.
What up? It's a loon. My team is bound to feed. We are the best team in the league by far. My team identity is we're just the best in every single role, respectively. No, I'm kidding. When I went into draft, I wanted to obviously get Boomy. He's my best friend in real life. And Leaf, I just played with him in the off season. And then Laramie and Green are just the goats of the community, and they're really good. So yeah, bound to feed. I love Kanye. That's why I did obviously the bound to joke in there. So that's kind of the team.
I am the former captain of Eliminated Vini Vidi Vici. Our team identity was winning once it didn't matter anymore. We were a pretty inexperienced team, showed it on the Rift, but learned a lot. I'm very happy with this season, even though we didn't have very good results. At least we had a lot of fun and we learned a lot while losing gracefully.
And you won when it mattered because your victory at the end essentially destroyed the team.
We did win when it mattered for Majin, so that's what matters. Made it all worth it.
I'm Cheese. I am the captain of the Court of Gestures. When I was drafting my team, I was just kind of like, if I can get Gumby, let's just mold the team around being able to support him and just help him win the game. Drafted some pretty stable solo laners and a crazy good jungler. Um, yeah, after a pretty shaky initial start, we found our stride pretty fast. And I think we are in rare fighting form and a contender for first.
No, you definitely are, and something that should be notated because it's so remarkable is essentially, I think this is the first time that Gumby has had a team that's pretty much like they can do things on their own, so he doesn't have to kind of overdo it on his end. So that's a very good job in terms of drafting to build that team out. So to get started, I have the first question that I wanted to ask the captains is how do you feel about how the season went in terms of who you drafted, how it actually played out in the games, and what are some of the notable challenges that your team faced as the season was going through?
I guess I'll start that off. My team's been pretty solid so far. Our season obviously has been really good. We only lost one series, and that's against the second best team. So I think we're all pretty comfortable with that. I'd say honestly our weaknesses is me and Leaf getting tilted because everyone else on our team doesn't tilt, but it's just us two. But I think we understood what went wrong in our series against TCOJ, and we kind of locked it in, obviously, against weak side. So we're feeling pretty good right now.
How talking about that TCOJ loss, how when you guys lost that series, which was very surprising, did you guys feel like right immediately as if, hey, like we need to actually like look at our team and figure out what went wrong here, or was it something that when you lost, you kind of identified, hey, this is out of the normal, like we were just not ourselves today, and we just need to get back to what we were doing?
I mean, truthfully, like me and Leaf talked about it honestly pretty extensively after the games. It was just because Boomy was just on a laptop. Like, there's no way that my second best player should be losing to Sushi Man. I know Sushi Man's good. Like, I think he's a good low elo player. But if half my chips are on the top lane and we're not getting anything back, I can't. Like, we can't win. And we realize that. And I think that's really. I'm not gonna blame technology all the way, but like, I did watch what was going on from Boomy's POV, and like, dude, that shit looks so unplayable. So I think him being back on his PC, everything's firing right. I mean, we saw what happened, and I think that's just going to continue from here on out.
Yep. Do you have any responses to that, Cheese, given that you're the team that kind of rocked them?
Rock them.
I think as far as that series went, it was from like my side of things. It felt like mainly like a draft issue. Like we just drafted better.
Oh, so
Like the lanes, like we kept things stable in bot lane. Sushi straight up won lane hard, and then he kept it stable the second game. And at that point, it's just like there wasn't enough power in your draft to be able to really slow down and stop Gumby.
I mean, 4v5, like, what am I going to do, right?
Yeah,
I don't. I mean, I think your guys' like game one draft makes a lot of sense into us. Like, we're 4 close range champions into a Swain and Zaheen, so like that was a good kind of response because we did draft the Mbessa early, so it's like obviously we're gonna go in. But I think like if Boomy was playing how he should have, I don't think we would have gotten to the point where the drafts matter. Like individual skill would have carried us, in my opinion.
So
yeah, that's fair.
here's a question then: if you were to play TCOJ again, right? Does Boomy still get first pick
No, they're
top
yeah.
lane?
Yeah. No, okay. So the thing with the Mbessa specifically was a flex between him and Leaf, and we were like, we're not gonna send it into a Zaheen. Like that doesn't sound very good. And Mbessa can build serpents, so like into Volibear, it's a little bit better in my opinion. I think if we rerun the rematch, it's 2-0 for us. No problem.
Yeah, I disagree.
All right, so we will see how that actually plays off if it happens in the playoffs.
2-0, no problem. God
No
damn.
problem.
I would just like the record to show that for what Loon said, that if it wasn't for the rulebook loss, we 2-0'd you.
I actually think we would have won game one anyway. I'm a demon.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Is there a text chat for this or no? Oh, in the captain chat. I'm just gonna pull this up then. Just because the Loon's so confident. Pull this up.
Yeah, I was top damage in that game is all I'm gonna say.
Hold up. Hey, I was handing over all the kills to Elias and Gumby.
Handed all the kills to Kiana that did 22k. Uh-oh.
I've said it
Hey,
the whole season.
there,
I think
listen,
Gumby
pal.
Elias is one of the most powerful duos in the league.
Buddy,
It's gotta
I'm
be
here to
hard if they get rolling.
play Varus, and I'm here to play Ashe, and I'm here to press R on the nearest person I'm pretty sure Elias can kill. You know?
Fair enough, dude.
I know what I'm
Just-
supposed to be doing these games.
I'm reignited. I'm not going fucking Corky. I promise you that. Be ready for the Draven.
Ready for the Draven? Not if I'm first picking the Draven.
Bet, dude. Finally, you'll grow some balls. Let's do this.
That's a bait.
To be fair though, I feel like Cheese had the hardest low elo bot lane matchup to face, right? They had, tier 3, tier 4 bot lane, and like, I feel like when I played against them bot lane, that one game, I feel like I should have been able to do more. I was like, damn, like what the fuck? So I was surprised.
You have Ellie as your support, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Ellie's a good value. Tier 4 support.
I mean,
I was
also when
actually
you, yeah.
very mad that you picked Ellie right before I picked her in the
Yeah,
draft.
honestly,
so
I
mad.
think Ellie is by far the most valuable of the tier 4 players.
No,
Yeah.
Laramie is way more valuable.
Yeah, I don't know, buddy. I
I
don't
don't. I
know.
mean, who's first place? You know what I'm saying?
But who won the head to head?
I don't know. Lagging.
I will touch on something that Acid stuff that's actually very interesting, which is that the bot lane for TCOJ has been like doing very well, given that it's essentially one of the lower tier bot lanes. But specifically into B2F I think kind of hasn't done particularly well against the low bot lanes, right? Because the other low bot lane is EVO, and I believe you were feeding on Yasuo on the EVO matchup. Is that not?
Dude, are you kidding? Like,
No.
I go in, I
No.
die once, and now I'm washed. Like, did we not see the whole rest of that match?
I don't know.
Where I just ran in and killed them again and again?
I did see Boomy teleport bot lane and save you, and then you get god kills.
So I used my team in a team game. Okay,
Limit
sure.
testing.
Also, I just want to throw EVO has FICO. Like, it is not a slouch. Support matters so much more than anything else in that lane.
No, I agree.
Now, did me running in level 1 in both games and dying maybe wasn't my best moment, but yeah, like, you know. Wasn't my yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm done with it. I'm getting rage baited.
Right. Moving on. So another question that I have is actually kind of in line with that. Which team is the one that surprised you guys the most, be it positively or negatively, compared to basically what you thought that team would be and where they are now at the end of the season?
For me, it's Zoom. I thought Zoom was going to be a lot better.
I thought that Vinny Vici would perform a lot better than they did.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of the biggest surprise for me, and it's my own team. I thought we were middle of the pack at least, able to challenge some top or higher teams, but we just never put it together.
I thought between like Reaper and J Rich, I thought you guys just like had the power to just kind of like blast through a bunch of other teams. But I don't know, J Rich just like he wasn't here this season.
He had a hard time. So we had a weird setup where first you still the support that I wanted to pick. Which kind of it threw me off. I thought my draft plan was going where I wanted, and then when you took Ellie, it left pretty much no tier 4 supports, and I needed a tier 4 support. So I drafted I Am the Pink, and he's ADC main, and he's not. I mean, he's played support, but he was definitely uncomfortable. I had to, coach him through the first few weeks of the season just so that we could have some champs that we had a little bit of elevated game knowledge on, and so the first 2 weeks, it was like Jay Ridge didn't even have a chance to win lane or play lane because Pink wasn't up to speed quite yet on the competitive play. And same with our top laner. Our top laner is a Mordekaiser one trick, and he has other champs he can play, but just not nearly as high as the Mordekaiser, which was permabanned against him.
Yeah, I noticed that. I think. Let me see.
Another thing is he was another rookie, another new player to competitive
Oh
play.
yeah, I did
struggled.
go and pull up the game against you guys for our tourney game. I did play top lane against him, and he did get dismantled 2 of the games.
Yeah, he did. And it's just it's not that he's a bad player. It's just he was inexperienced in organized play, 5v5, and he learned a lot. Our last series, I saw so much improvement from both I Am the Pink and from Eggnog, our top laner, and I was very happy with it. I'm also very happy with them as people. They were wonderful teammates. So we had a good time. enjoyed each other's company. We couldn't win, but I'm hoping that those guys stick around and use the skills that they've learned this season and show that they're ready to actually take over.
Little potential GCS season 4 sleeper picks is what I'm hearing.
They could be. And I know Eggnog worked on a lot of different champs. He picked up Volibear was the one that I worked with him a little bit on. So
Yeah.
he knows now. Oh wait, I can't just pick Mordekaiser. This is fearless. Oh wait, it's banned. Now I can never play it. Now I have to. Yeah, we were a little throttled on our top lane pool and then our support pool, which throttled us
You-
quite a bit in draft.
The worst part that your team was like your strength of schedule. Like those first 3 weeks had to have been like a momentum
Holy.
kill so hard. Now
It hurt.
I understand the idea of like if you want to win, you got to be the best team and beat all the teams. But it's like, damn, dude, you guys did
You
not
need
get a
something
break.
to hold on to. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need something to hope for. We did get a win against TCOJ, but it was kind of in my opinion, a fake win. You know, I
Oh yeah,
play
our
a
draft
Mumu
was
into
terrible.
jungle.
I play
Our
a
draft was
Mumu into
awful.
Ezreal jungle. Like how I can win? There's no engage on their team. Yeah, we won that one, but fake win, honestly.
Hey man, the W's
Go
a
ahead.
W, right?
Going back to
W
your
is a
original
W.
question, I feel like RIDM, I thought they were going to do much better, but after the first 2 weeks, I was like, oof, I guess not. But now that they have like a better looking team, I feel like they might surprise us a little bit more.
Oh, so you're
Yeah,
predicting.
I am afraid to say that RIDM performed pretty much exactly as I expected them
I
to.
agree.
Yeah, I
When
agree.
I saw the picks, like I saw Sir Brazil come through, I was like, okay, like he's a pretty good jungler. And then I see Angel of Paper get picked up. No intense flame, but that was like the beginning of the end for that team already.
Jungle
I
without
think
mid is just so unplayable. I can't even
I
lie.
think any team that has first pick is just doomed, except for Rap Gods. They did well. But that's just the
Shout out to
loon
Rap
diff.
Gods.
Oh, Raptors also
But
had
I
Ignite
swear,
people.
anybody who gets pick one in the draft, they get that wrap around for their second round, and it's just nobody's left.
Dude, I can't lie. Like my position in the draft, just like so goated. Like I love
Dude,
being last. It's so good.
Mhm.
like last and somewhere around the middle are like the best.
Like I literally just got to pick up Boomy and Leaf. Just boom, just like that. I was done. I was like, all right, I got my core from off season. It's time to win again.
And then
Just feels so good.
you somehow get No Way as well.
Yeah, I was like,
Crazy. That's a steal. I looked back on the draft and realized like, holy crap, I could have had No Way, and then like Riddy. I could have had Riddy, J Rich, No Way on my team.
that's it.
That would have
Yeah,
been
No Way is
crazy.
like such a good low elo player.
Picking
He
up
also like
Gumby.
never tilts.
Actually, I was looking back at the draft sheet right now, and like originally one of my comps I had was Boomy top, mid
No,
no
dude.
way, and then support layer me.
Dude, if you took
Like,
Boomy, I would have
fuck.
cried. I can't even lie.
I wanted to. He was my like priority pick, but I was like I just needed a jungler that was high elo because I feel like having a low elo jungler is I don't know. I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah. I mean, Leaf for tier 2 is all like. I guess Leaf's kind of tier 2. Yeah. Yeah, at all. Man, Skeller was on there and he didn't get picked. Damn. Wait, 6 foot's on Team GG?
He was.
he used
I
to
didn't
be.
even know. I didn't even know he was playing.
Yeah, right.
Did he do the classic Rap Gods? Hey guys, I wanna lock in for the season in our most important playoffs game that then doesn't show up.
Yep.
Yep.
So like when he got drafted, I messaged him and he's like, "Oh shit, I forgot I signed up." Um,
Oh. Okay.
and but like he seemed very receptive and like we had our first game versus EBO went really well. He played really well. Um, then I feel like things started to go slowly downhill. We tried like practice, and he like never. His schedule was kind of fucked.
Yeah.
and then like we agreed to like, hey, let's have practice at this day. It's great. Then he's like, in a solo queue game, I message him because he's like started solo queue game like 5 minutes before practice started, and I messaged him, and he's like not responsive. Then he fucking starts another solo queue game, and then like, dude, we're like we agreed. You agreed that you're gonna start playing on this time, and he's like, nah, I want a solo queue for now. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I actually
And this is like,
have a yeah.
and this is like after we lost the series too. He's like, guys, we really gotta practice. We gotta like scrim against other teams. I'm like, dude, like,
I've heard this before.
what the fuck? No, I think it's just like I don't know. Maybe he's like busy, or it's like a early college level mentality that like you want this, but you can't commit to something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, trust me. Everything you just said, I've experienced all of that. Same with Promeg, actually.
Yeah, it was the beginning experience of 6-win.
I do actually have a question for you guys. Did you guys actually scrim at all this season? Because I personally haven't with my team.
We did. We did 1 3-block scrim against Venifidi Vici before week 1, and that was it.
Like no flex, no nothing, just show up on game day.
Pretty much. I
No
wanted to.
flex. I think our whole amount of practice was 4 games of ARAM Mayhem for the whole season, and then we just
Okay,
show up
that's
on
good
game day
enough.
and ball out.
I mean, that's good, honestly. ARAM Mayhem really locks me in too.
We did a bunch of 2v2s on our team in ARAM, but that's
kind of fun.
It's like
I think it being only 5 people makes it a little bit more difficult to like scrim and stuff like that. I do like having the 5 people because it feels good to like get better with the same 5. Like obviously, I've played like AVL and stuff like that, and like it feels really good to like get good with the same people. But it's like people don't got that kind of time for a draft league, to be honest.
Well,
But
I
if
was
you got
gonna say
7
that
people,
like the sign up sheet should like include time availability and how much you actually want to play as a team. I feel like that would be an important part of choosing players too. Because it's like, it's like some people just want to play once a week and like whatever, and and some people want to play more.
That's totally true. But like then you run into the problem of someone that says like, oh, I'm gonna play a bunch, and then it's like, okay, now they're burnt out after like a week or 2. But I guess that's just the nature of things happening.
Yeah. But I guess you could run into that problem whether you have that or not,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Like you're more likely.
But I'm thinking like if you had, obviously like this is for like next season, but if you had like 7 people, it's like, okay, Tony doesn't want to play this week, but we can just have Richard sub in.
Richard the GOAT.
Richard's always down to play. I just know it.
For one of my like go ahead.
Go ahead. The Discord delay. Go.
I was gonna say, like, for like when I was playing my draft, I actually have for one players. I said, hold on, let me see if I can find it. In just a second. I said, looks like a bad player, but has no life and seems coachable.
For who?
You guys swear that's like half,
I think this
half of picking a team.
Rift Skies, I think it was his name.
That is.
I don't know who that player is.
I was very happy with my guys and how like on time and willing to play they were. It was so easy to schedule things with them. It felt like a dream. It wasn't real. Like, wait, you guys are like here 15 minutes before game time. Whoa.
Dude, I swear Leaf gives me headaches sometimes. Like, hey guys, we got our series tomorrow at 4. He's like, guys, my roommate's moving out and I need to help him. Like we couldn't figure that out like before that time. It's like,
I
I'm sitting in call. Oh gosh, here we go.
Well, you finish your story.
And then it's like 3:55, like 5 minutes before our series, and he's like, guys, are we still playing? I'm like, what do you mean are we still playing? Of course we're still playing. He's like, okay, I'll be on. I'm like, I don't know. Leaf is just a goofball.
Yeah, I mean, like for a moving situation, I guess you maybe forgot something like you're helping me print out. I had 2 weeks in a row. It's like maybe one time 4 hours before our series, one time like 8 hours before our series. Hey guys, I'm actually on a plane, so I won't be able to make it.
Who?
Yes.
Christian. Because
Yeah.
Christian.
Yeah.
Because Christian used the moving out, helping his dad move out on us. Guys just lives a busy life, man. What can I say? 3,000 games this season, though.
That's got to be on the player eval is punctuality.
Yeah.
Here, let me look at.
Are we
I
doing
might-
an official like evals? That's never been a thing I've seen, but
I
that'd be
mean,
kind
it
of fun to
was
do.
on season 1, but
Was it?
you just
um,
I was the one who had to do it, or rather.
Well, we
Roof was
got an
technically
eval
doing it.
done.
With the best captain.
Yeah, the eval may have been a little interesting, but it did get
I
done,
think
I
this
guess.
season evals would be good. There's not really been any big drama.
Yeah, I think the biggest drama was me and Cheese yelling at each other for like 30 minutes over an op.gg link.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's the worst thing that's happened all season.
Good times.
Everything else has been like pretty much like team focused like explosion.
True.
So I have a question because you asked it. Does the mentality going into the playoffs change at all in terms of practicing? Because we see, for example, the weak side Warriors are clearly practicing because they're practicing today. But have you guys sort of shifted for playoffs, or are you just going to go into playoffs the same way you did the season and whatever happens, happens?
Yeah, whatever happens, happens.
I think I might bump up the ARAM Mayhem scrims a little bit more, but specifically this week, all my players are busy. Like, we're already struggling to get, like, people ready for Saturday, and I don't know, obviously, what's going to happen yet, but it's just, this is not a good week. But maybe next week I could figure out something. But also, only having 6 teams does limit the pool of people we can even scrim against, because obviously you wouldn't want to scrim against someone you're going to play. Like, that's just kind of like common sense, I guess. So it's like I only can scrim right now TCOJ or WWW, and those are people I'm probably going to end up fighting.
Yeah.
So it's like
The very next round.
Yeah, and maybe next week is something like I can look into. Maybe a lower bracket team would like some practice, and we could just have a have a feel good scrim. But this week, no. Maybe next week.
All right, and I wanted to ask you guys something a little different, which is, was there any patch or any big change during the season that kind of affected the way you guys drafted or the way you guys played the game? Because I know there's some champion reworks, there's some nerfs to particularly strong champions. There was a week where Zahen got buffed, and for whatever fucking reason, he was unbeatable for that week. What sort of changes happened during the seasons, and how did your team adapt to it?
My team adapted by getting
For me, I
destroyed by
just
Zahan over and over.
yeah, the only thing changes like Zahen seems like a really strong pick right now. It's the only one I could.
Did the Neferi nerf happen during the season, or was that like a while ago?
I think that was beginning of like the league season.
Oh, maybe you're
I
right.
don't remember though.
Yeah, I
But
guess not.
That's Leaf's main, isn't it? The Fury.
He just likes it, and it's like, I don't know if he actually got nerfed or like champion just got moved around, but like when Jarvan kind of like fell out of the meta because he used to be just pick or ban, we like definitely dropped Neferi because like that is just the counter that we had to that, and now it's like no point to run it. But the other one is like Mbessa priority lowering. Like, I know we literally first picked it in our last series, but like we don't care about giving it anymore. But other than that, I want to say nothing too crazy. I guess Mel's been rising in our draft priority because she's annoying.
Yeah, I'd say for that as well. It's just kind of like we're doing our draft prep. We're going through, we're checking the op.ggs, and if we find even a single Mel game in the last like month, it's banned.
Yeah, for
we
real,
don't
dude.
we don't care, right? Because that's really all you need to play the champ. You need one game every couple of weeks. It's Annie levels of easy.
Yeah.
Except Annie has short range, and Mel is, long as range mage. Even coming into the playoffs, is there any worry about the Shyvana at all? Because the Shyvana, if I'm not mistaken, becomes legal in this playoff week.
Um, I don't think we'll ever be looking to ban it and keep it gone. Cause I played a couple of games of it, just like in norms and stuff. And it feels like all right. I don't think it'll be like game defining, at least here with these teams in this season.
I feel like there's champions that are similar strength, and I'd rather ban a similar strength champion that the individual player is more comfortable with.
Right?
If I was gonna do that,
Who would even
Like
play
why would I be
Shyvana?
super worried about
Ideally,
Shivana
Yasa's gonna fucking pick Siobhan. I just feel it.
when there's like fucking Zahen who does pretty much the same thing that Shivana's gonna do.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I
Zahan's
think
like
Shyvana
better
just
than
came out of. I think Shyvana just came out of the gate a little too weak. Be an issue, to be honest.
I think she's just too much of a she's too heavily scaled towards Kraken. I think her best build will be Hexplate once, well, if they balance her around that. I don't like the Kraken build. I think it's very solo QE. Doesn't work in comp.
Yeah, I feel that item overall kind of feels that way. In a lot of games, it just doesn't. Yeah, at least in comp, it just doesn't look like it's hitting that hard, even though it numbers is. But okay. Who do you guys think that right now the players that are still eligible in the playoffs? Who do you guys think is the most underrated player, like in any particular team that you guys think, hey, this guy's flown under the radar. They've been having a very good season. Who would that be for you guys?
I gotta say it's Sushi Man.
I
dude,
honestly,
I was
I
saying the same
agree.
thing. I was gonna say
Yeah.
It
that.
has to it has to be Sushi Man.
Yeah, like Sushi.
Like when
I remember him from last. He's played season 2, right? Because I remember
I
him like low key
think
cooking
so.
season 2 as well.
Because I
Or it
remember
was
seeing
either that
Sushi
or off
Man.
season. One of the two.
I saw Sushi Man and I was like pretty sure that when I was picking him, because I looked at his champ pool and I was like, hey, he and I share a lot of the similar champs, like blah blah blah. I think this would be like a good slot to fill in the team, just he plays like stable top laners, like the guy plays Ornn and Scion. Like I was just looking at least to keep our solo lanes like neutral. Like top lane, I just needed to go even, and then for bot lane, me and Ellie just need to go even, and then it's just kind of like Elias and Gumby are like our powerhouses. But
Yeah.
like even since like week one, Sushman showed up and showed out. Like I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I mean he's just good. He's just a good player. He reminds me of like a No Way for the top lane. Like he's someone that'll always go even into someone that's just as good as him, and he'll always beat someone better than him or worse than him.
Who do you guys think is the most overrated player?
That Loon guy, bro. He keeps feeding bot lane. It's crazy.
Dude, have you checked the
Nah.
leaderboards? I'm like number
Nah, we
one on
know
5
it's
of them.
it's Majin Hollow. Come on now.
Martin Hollow points.
If
I
it's not much in Hollow, I kind of want to say Rizel.
No, you can't. Like it's unplayable. Dude, he had
Yeah,
Angel
it's
and
not
Paper
it's not
mid.
on him. It's not
No,
on him.
You could have owner
yeah.
jungle and he would still be losing.
I don't.
I
And
think
I'm not saying
in my
Angel and Paper
opinion,
is so ass. I'm just saying like I played a lot of jungle in the last 2 weeks and like it is so unplayable if your mid laner's stupid.
I think the actual most overrated, maybe not player, but lane would be bot lane for Zoomers. I don't think they're as good as
Yeah,
maybe they
I'll
look
give
on
you that.
paper.
Yeah.
I was
Boom
gonna
let me
say
down a little
yo.
bit. Is he even on? Did he even play?
Like like okay, our first game against OK Zoomers, we played Ash MF bot lane. I'm sorry, I was up 2 kills and 4 tower plates in 10 minutes. It like
Yeah,
that
I
game
That's kinda
that
tough.
bot lane was not hard to play into at all.
the previous iteration of Vinny Vidi Vici, Jay Rich and I were the AD support, and we beat them every time we played them. It wasn't we weren't afraid of them at all.
Bro, it's crazy. Like, Jimis Thickest low-key, like, survived against me in the first game we played. Like, boom is playing worse ADC than Jimis is. Jimis does not play ADC. Could just be like they're upset about results and they're not feeling it anymore. I don't know, to be honest, but I think my overrated player is probably Riddy. Riddy's kind of buns right now.
I feel like when he kind of not troll picks because he's still trying, but like Kaisa Jungle is not it. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I have recency bias, but like, dude, there was no life in the jungle for him. It's not like the game was cooked at like minute 1, so it's like he could have tried.
So you're basing
also
that
think
based
like
off the matchup that you played into him, not necessarily the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think I'm more biased for that reason, but also like, I don't know. I guess it's this. I don't know. I guess Riddy has been just playing well. My bad.
I was gonna say that like sometimes it's like for this draft, like I feel like maybe there should have been like a tier 0 where it's like masters and above is a tier in its own, because I feel like, you know, me, Zoom, who else is there? Tier 1. Let me check. Me and Boom, I feel like are less over caliber player than like, you know, Boomy top lane, for example, or like, you know, Aloon, or like
Gumby.
Alelius, you know, Gumby, right? I feel like there's enough of a skill difference where it's like it might have mattered. I think it might have mattered a lot actually, where it's like if you can only have one of those players and then another high diamond player.
Yeah,
I agree.
I
I
mean,
ended up with
yeah.
J Rich and Reaper's Blade, which are both very solid players. But if you look at, I have J Rich, Reapers, Aloon has himself, and Boomy, two
Right,
very
that's another good
different sets
example.
of tier 1s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because J
like
Rich, yeah.
like J Rich and Reaper's Blade could, in theory, be Gumby and Aloon, and I think that could be a problem. But also, like, the tier system's new. I don't know what the long term plan of that is. That's definitely out of my knowledge, but I definitely agree. I think a tier 0 maybe could help out.
I think the reason that the tiers look that way is because on initial signups, there there weren't enough sort of like those tier 0 players for that to warrant their own sort of tier, and so we actually had
I
to bring
see.
up certain players that we thought were solid players to in that tier 1, and then as the signups were closing up, we got an influx of um, those players. So, for example, someone like Yoshi was just like cooked by his own success, basically, and so he was thrown into tier 1, and realistically, probably at tier 2 would have been drafted. Like, and so that system needs a little bit of work, but I anticipate that the adjustments will be made moving forward. It's just a matter of doing a better job of expecting who will actually sign up at the end.
Yeah.
One adjustment maybe I could think of. I don't know if you want to go down this path. Maybe we should talk about other things. But like, if you're gonna choose like a really high elo player, like Grandmaster, Master, High Master player, maybe now you can't have a tier 3 player. You have to have two tier 4 players, something like that. You know,
There is a way to balance it. I think.
or two tier 2 players, and you know, like something like I don't know.
No, that is a good way of thinking about it. The real sort of discussion that is going on from the admin side, at least until I was removed from that channel, was
What?
discussing
Is there
about
drama?
whether or not I have no idea, but it's discussing whether or not, for example, we might switch to some sort of auction system where essentially
I've been seeing about
it
that.
creates the situation where, for example, if you want a loon, right, you're gonna have to pay a significant amount of your points to get a loon, just because he's that much of a strong player, right? So you'll see people like Loon, Gumby, so on and so forth, go for these high numbers, but then you'll see people like maybe Jay Rich, who this season didn't have a particularly like super season. He might actually come out cheap because by the time Jay Rich comes around, you've spent all your money on the loon, where it's like, okay, I don't have necessarily points to take Jay Rich, and no one else seems to want to do so. So that's kind of something that's being floated around. There are.
I can't. I hope that happens so we can see Green go for more than a tier 1 player.
Dude, for real.
Yeah, for what I've seen from the other auction links that I've participated in, is you do see stuff like that where Green isn't necessarily like a he isn't necessarily a high ranked player, but he'll go for a significant amount because when those captains are looking at who's left in the pool, it becomes a hey, I don't want Tom Tua as my like mid laner, and so unless I draft like someone like good, like I can't do it, and so all of a sudden Green now becomes like the last Coke in the desert. Like he's the most important player left of all the challenges, and so he'll go for like the same amount of points as a Loon, just because that slot is super important.
I wonder if would you know beforehand the order of people that are going to get auctioned? Because
No,
I think it'd be cool if you like spun a wheel and like whoever it lands on, that's just who we're betting on right now. So it's
I know in,
literally
like,
like anyone could get Tom Tua in the
in
first
fantasy
round.
football, it's like you have like the same order, like the draft order, and you just go in order and nominate people.
yeah.
So like the person who goes first could nominate, like Tom Tua, and literally he's the first person that has to be picked. Which I don't think we should use that. I think that gets a little weird because then you just sabotage the draft and we don't like this guy, so we're not even going to nominate him.
Well, no. So the
Tom Tua's up for bids and no one throws money out to him.
Nobody throws money. Oh god.
Well, no.
Kick to the curb.
Unlike fantasy football, for example, if you were to nominate Tom Tua, you'd be the first bid on Tom Tua.
Yeah, it's like $1
so
bid.
It will require you to. So I wouldn't expect Tom Tua to be first pick, but I would expect something like instead of Gumby being first pick, I might throw out somebody like Broncina. I might say, hey, he had a good season. Let me throw him out, and then everyone else is expecting to like get these big players. So Broncina might go down really cheap because people don't want to get into a bidding war for him, and all of a sudden I have a quality pick at like 1 or 2 points, and so.
Yeah,
There's a lot of strategy in that aspect, but again, it depends on what the moderation team decides. But that's how I would run it because I think it's a successful way of doing it.
I also like the idea of like different like team identities. It's like I don't remember what team it was in season 1, but it was like nowadays it's like okay, you have your high elo players, then you got your low elo players. Like imagine having a team where everyone's like Emerald. Like, okay, would that team perform good enough to like average out against all the roles that they would actually win? And like maybe that's the new way to draft going forward because it's like having an equally good team is better than having like a really strong team in some roles.
Yeah, that definitely allows for that kind of flexibility. Maybe I'd be curious about that. I don't necessarily think an all Emerald team would be able to do that, but it would be interesting to see. For example, if you end up with the same sort of Gumby issue where you don't have necessarily like the requisite pieces to be super successful just because, hey, there was this big an investment on you, and so what are the ramifications of that? Whereas in the draft system, it's just kind of like, okay, we'll pick a Loon, so we'll just end up picking like, the 10th best player, but the 10th best player is usually good enough to where.
Yeah.
All right, so.
That's where I got lucky with drafting my team for this season.
Yeah,
and like that impacted the order that I drafted a lot.
Yeah, Tom
was being like, okay,
practice, bro, and Gumby wasn't gonna practice.
They said he wasn't gonna practice, and that was no skin off of my back because he's Gumby. So we pick up Gumby, and then we pick up Sushi and Ellie, and now here I am. I've gotten all 4 of my required tiers, and I just get to take my pick of the best junglers that are left.
Bold strategy, and it paid off. So going back to sort of the teams going into the playoffs, is there one thing that a particular team needs to fix that you feel would sort of change the way the playoffs play out? So, for example, if you guys think that RADM by just making one change would actually be a sleeper pick to run the gauntlet or something like that, is there any team that you guys feel if they fix this one thing, like the team changes entirely?
I think we all kind of agree that it's Zoom's bot lane. Like I think if they're actually firing how they should, Like, I think they definitely can make a run through the lower bracket, no problem. Because realistically, Boom and Jimis, they're both pretty good players. They should be able to beat, honestly, all the bot lanes. Because, like, all the bot lanes in the league is, like, either good ADC, not really good support, or not really good ADC and really good support. So it's like, if you balance that out and, like, they're both their best players on the team, respectively, they might be able to pick up a few wins.
Anyone else have a team that they would say might switch it around?
Yeah, I think you should have
Big one,
Alun
yeah.
go. Alun should go top lane, and then I think Laramie should go mid.
I think
Yeah, it's gonna
Laramie
help
needs
them all
her Zyra jungle pick.
She did get to play
Yeah,
that.
Laramie plays the Mumu jungle all the time.
You don't want me top lane. I don't know if you're trying to like help yourself by baiting me to go top lane, but like I will annihilate your top laner.
I don't know, man.
I mean,
I'm looking through it and like mainly
I didn't lose a leaf.
against all the teams,
Lost my test.
like the draft prep is just like not great.
For who? Sorry, the draft prep for who?
Just like in general.
So what you're saying is teams in general aren't doing enough prep going into the games?
Yeah, or they're not like really thinking about the team identity as they're actually picking champions. Like that was a huge. I honestly, like I said earlier, I think that was like the huge like linchpin for our first win against Bound to Feed. Like it was just like you guys didn't have nearly enough damage. If Boomy wasn't that far behind, it would have been a lot like more difficult for us. But
I mean,
Yeah, I think you guys have to identify as desktop players instead of laptop players.
Yeah, I think if Boomy had more like just wasn't super far, but like he literally is getting towered of. But like our identities were just going in, so it's like
yeah, but like you don't have
You
enough
guys did a good
sustained
job.
damage in your team though. Like with your draft, how it is.
But if Mbess is fed, I think you guys just die. Also, putting
Yeah, that's the
Laramie on a
thing.
frontline engager was like the worst mistake of my life, so I'll give you that. We all agreed on that. The Leona was not looking too good.
Didn't we learn that lesson with June already?
Yeah, got to put Laramie on Kaisa Yumi. Let's go.
All right.
I think the big question is like I think some teams play to maximize their tier 1 players and some teams play to minimize their tier 4 players. And how much of a balance do you want to do that in draft?
That's true.
All right, that's fair. So I guess the last question that I have here is actually if the league had an MVP award, right? Do you guys think there is a clear-cut MVP this season, or do you think it's debatable between 2 or 3 people? And who would your vote go to if you had that sort of vote?
Go to me.
Oh no, I know that. I should have said Luna already. Chooses himself every
It's
time.
going to me.
I
This
think
is
there's
just
a
like
couple.
another repeat season where I'm just the best. I can't lie.
I think there's a couple. It brings up that question of what does MVP mean? Is it literally the most valuable player to the team, or is it just the person who performed the best? But I do think even if it is just people who perform the best, you've got Gumby and Elias and Alun all up there. And then if it's most valuable to the team, I think it's Rizel, no question. Which I don't think that's ever how the award is thought about.
See, I don't know that I would agree that Rizel is the most valuable person even on his team, but I agree that I think there's a couple of people that would have arguments. I think Alun always necessarily has an argument, but I don't know that I would necessarily give it to Alun over like Gumby, just based on number one the head-to-head, but number two, like it's very clear that this season Gumby has kind of reined himself in, whereas in previous seasons he's kind of, hey, I'm better than everybody. I can kind of play these limit testing stuff, and then whatever happens happens. Whereas this season, it feels like Gumby said, hey, I can win with this, and has kind of just rolled with it. And so I think that's a good consideration for the Gumby argument. There's also someone I want to shout out, and I was gonna do it and run the gauntlet, but Rambo coming in and just like being like I think he's in all the leaderboards. Obviously, Rambo isn't eligible for any awards or anything like that, but that was pretty surprising to me personally because he's not had in the past he's been criticized quite a bit, but I think him showing up this last weekend was actually really cool to see.
He played super well. We had a lot of fun playing with Rambo. I was really bringing in 6Gs to replace Reaper's Blade. Felt really good for our team. It felt like it gave us more. 6Gs is just a little more vocal, and Seeks plays out a little bit more. That felt like a pretty good change to what we needed because we were a very quiet team. I think he did great coming in a rough spot for us, and then Rambo coming in did the same exact thing. Came in, had ideas for how he wanted to play, and gave us direction. And yeah, both of them were very, very fun to play with, especially that last week where it all clicked finally. If it was a double round robin, all I'm saying, we would have gone undefeated on the backside.
You think that was that big of a change, or the whole team would have?
Nah, maybe not undefeated. It was good. I mean, I think I'm a little. I should have. I mentioned this earlier before we started recording. I should have contested my ranking as a tier 2 player because I touched diamond for a couple days as a Viego one trick at the end of last season, and then I'm not a diamond player. So bringing in Rambo, who is, way better than me at jungle, and getting to play against a bronze jungler, it shows that jungle is very important. And I was gapped the entire season by masters and grandmasters junglers. Having a stronger jungler is the way to go.
Yeah, the jungle pool this season was actually pretty, stacked. No, there's 6 foot.
It was very
there's
stacked.
Riddy, there's
To be fair, Riddy came on like the day of, and I don't know how many people were aware of that.
Yeah, and then I didn't draft him, and I put myself jungle thinking it'd be fine. Dumbass. Big mistake. I should have just played support.
There's also Elias.
Put the Braum in the bag.
Sir Rizel was a lot of jungle was a terrifying place to live this season.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. I can tell you that. I'm not bad at jungle, but goddamn,
I'm not bad, but these people are all really, really, really good.
They were really good. It was also hard that we had almost every game losing top, losing bot, and the stronger jungler than me. Oh my god, all that paired together.
That said, is that do you guys all generally agree that was kind of the role that was the most impactful this season, or do you guys feel that there was another role that kind of was underrated?
It felt like it was all jungle. It feels like it's just been like games have largely been determined by whichever jungler plays better that series.
Yeah, I was gonna say early river skirmishes, like the first fight that happens, like usually the jungle calls it out. Sometimes the jungle doesn't call it out and it just happens, but like I feel like that sets the pace for the game.
Yeah, that's true. I think the best team has the best ADC, so I'd probably say ADC is the best role. No, I'm kidding. I definitely I could see an argument for either jungle or mid because they both kind of fulfill the same purpose, or they work in tandem with each other. But I don't think it's within range because I think Leaf does okay into the tier 1s, but because he has so many supporting elements, it makes it not as impactful. I don't know if what I'm trying to say is really making sense, but
no,
he's not really
if you have
win con.
Yeah, Leaf's not a win con, but I do think jungle is still very important right now, and I think it's just because the jungle is so. I don't want to say competitive in a way, but it really is competitive. In every other role, you have your clear okay, this person's probably going to beat this person, so it's okay, we can shift towards that. But it's jungle, it's okay, you got Sir Izel versus fucking Riddy. Like, what is going to happen? And it's like, whoever wins that, it's like, okay, well, clearly jungle's OP because they won the game because Sir Rizal won. Or Riddy won. You know what I mean?
Well, I was gonna say whoever like has the lane advantage. If the junglers are like somewhat equal, right? The lane that creates the like just the health disparity, or the rotation, usually probably just takes over the jungle and wins.
So you think mid is the most important? Because mid obviously is the one that would facilitate that most likely.
I think you need at least one strong side lane. I think
Right. I
if you
was
only
gonna like.
have mid to
Doesn't
play
have
with,
to be
it's
mid, yeah.
hard. Like there was a game against Run It Down Mid where 6Gs and I were a combined like 10 and 10 and 0, and we're running the map, but side lanes were suffering because we were just feasting around mid lane, and it was still that game felt impossible to win once we got past laning phase. Even though we had done what other teams had done to us all season, it didn't matter. You need one side lane that's stable or ahead.
So you'd rather
Also-
have a weaker mid laner for a stronger side lane if you're a
I'd
good
rather
jungler?
have a neutralizing mid like Green, and then a super strong top lane like Boomy. If I'm gonna be the mid elo jungler like Leaf is, I think in this league, he's like you said, he's set up for success. Not because he doesn't have to carry, he just has to play through. He's got a mid who's not gonna, get shoved in and die 3 times in laning phase, and he's got 2 side lanes that are stable to winning, mostly winning.
You're just saying this game's easy to play.
It's easier to play because he has something to play with. If you only
I
have
think-
mid to
Yeah.
play through, it's much harder. If you only
Well,
have
this
bot
se-
lane to play through, it's impossible.
This season specifically, the wave spawn so fast, you don't have much of a roam timer mid. Like you have to be back soon. So like
Yeah.
that changed a lot.
I mean, I see that, but then I see a team like TCOJ where like that is exactly the identity of that team is mid jungler just going to run the map and they just do that.
And then when I drafted that team, right, it's like it's all the PowerPoint for our whole team is through mid jungle, but it's like top and bot like are really our only role in that game is to just keep the lane stable. Like every time we go into a game, it's like if nothing's happening, we're winning. Like that's just it.
Yeah. And I can't tell you how many times that I've said that in game. Hey, if we don't die, if we stay somewhat even, we're fine. An ally has been slain. It makes it harder.
Yeah.
I think yeah. It's
Then
hard to win
Sush-
if you only have one lane to play with. That's for sure.
Yeah. And then Sushi Man like turning up this whole season, also giving Elias another lane to play through while me and Ellie just play like utility and bot lane. Like it just feels like, it's once we hit our stride, it's really hard to change the momentum of the game.
So I have a question because in general I agree with the philosophy of mid jungle kind of dictate the pace of the game, and I'm curious if the reason that it doesn't seem that evident is because, for example, for TCOJ you have Gumby and Elias, right? These are like tier 1 or tier 0 type players, and so they're able to really translate their leads into other people, versus if you have a tier, I don't know, 3 or maybe even tier 2 player in the mid lane, they might not be able to translate that lead elsewhere. So for example, I think, and I might be wrong, but I think the second like highest ranked mid laner is probably hashtag man. No, is there a different mid laner that I'm missing that might be like diamond or higher?
Hashtag man did just hit Masters briefly.
That's Magdanella Bay, right?
No,
No.
it's Chaluki.
No,
It's Chaluki.
Chaluki.
Is he? I'm looking at the draft sheet. I didn't even see who's on a.
He replaced somebody.
He replaced.
I think he replaced. Did he replace Magdalena Bay?
No,
on
Magdalena
EBO?
was in GG. No.
Okay.
No,
So
Magdalena
whoever
Bay
was
was
on
always
EBO
GG.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
whoever's on
I
EBO
forgot
before.
about Magdalena Bay, but yeah, so. Cause I don't think there's like a ton of sort of mid laners that are necessarily the level where they can translate their lead, and even like specifically hashtag man, for example, the games that they were able to play through him are basically games where he did very well early and then kind of snowballed everywhere. It wasn't necessarily him being able to translate the lead. So I wonder if that's just what the problem with the mid lane translation was this season.
Yeah, it was just like suddenly just Hashing Man dropping a 30 bomb on Katarina.
He played a good Echo game once in one of their losses where he pretty much was the only person keeping his team in the game. But I don't think Echo's a champ that can solo carry a game.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, Echo's really good, but he definitely needs like another champ to play with.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just like a CC bot like Sejuani. Like he needs something with him.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's kind of all the questions I have. Is there anything else you guys would like to discuss or bring up?
I just want to tease, get ready for this off season. It's gonna be fun. Now that I'm not captaining and spending my energy on that, we've got events.
ARAM Mayhem tournament.
ARAM Mayhem tournament.
Is that happening actually?
We gotta. We won't
Because
reveal
I
everything yet.
was talking to the owners, seeing if I could make one, but if you're doing it, dude, I'll help you out.
We'll yeah, I'll loop you in on what we're doing once it comes up. We've definitely
I mean,
we got some fun stuff coming.
Yeah, I got nothing to say.
I want to say something, but I don't want to say it. I don't want to leak.
All right, something that I'd be actually interested to try to do, but unfortunately I only have a patch to do it. Is I don't know if you guys have played a normal game with the April Fool's shenanigans, but there's basically when you go into the game, there is a free pot that gives you 10% more gold and experience. But when you get into a fight with a champion, you lose your HUD entirely. So you don't see your health, you don't see your ability cooldowns, and you kind of are just like, you need to know how your champion plays or else you're cooked. And I thought that would be an interesting sort of experiment to just have like, I don't know, a group of like tier 1 players just play a game where they all buy the pot level 1. It's a free pot, so it doesn't cost you anything. And then seeing how much of their sort of mechanic and instinct can carry them through just not knowing what their own champion is at.
That'd be kind of fun.
All right. Cheese, do you have anything else to say?
No, I think that was about it.
All right, and then Acid, do you have anything else to say?
He did.
Yeah, I just disconnected because my last thing set off. So I kind of missed the last like 5 minutes, but
we're just saying goodbye.
No, I'm looking forward to the series. Hopefully, we get nice full rosters versus full rosters. That's what I want.
Wait, I got one question.
Go ahead.
Who's winning the season?
Oh, TCOJ, obviously.
So TCOJ votes for TCOJ. B2F votes for B2F. Asset Step has voted for GG every single week, so I don't expect to vote for anybody else.
New rule with that question: you can't vote your own team.
All right, if you can't vote your own team, what team?
I vote TCOJ.
Dude, you're supposed to be on my team.
Going for the somewhat.
Since
not
I can't
underdog,
vote
really,
for my own team, I guess I'll vote for Bound to Feed.
Yep. But then I just leave before I vote for anyone, so I just gotta ride that high. Honestly, I think weak side. Because if we're talking about the triangle, it makes the most sense. If I can't vote my own team.
Yeah.
Are you hoping? Actually, before we leave, Loon, are you hoping that Weak Side Warriors beats TCOJ so you can play them again, or are you?
Yeah, I want to avoid TCOJ as long as possible.
You know what's crazy is we played that our game last week, and we're like, yo, if we two will get second seed, might be able to avoid weak side warders. And then immediately after a game, they posted the format, and I was like, well, I guess our game didn't like actually matter for the seed anyways, because we just still ended up playing them.
Well, if they would have beaten us, we would have fought you guys instead.
Your big challenge was whether or not Loon would choke the last game of the season, but they didn't.
Oh, come on. Yeah. Come
Hey
on.
man,
I step up.
I thought after that game that it was like the that second team we played on. It was like, oh, beginning of the end. We were undefeated all season.
what-
We lost that first game, and then we started losing every.
It was
game.
Rap Gods.
It was
When we lost that game, and I was like, we never deserve to win again. And
Yeah.
guess what we did? We never won again.
Yeah, but it wasn't Rap Gods. It was the T game after. Was it? Oh, was it Rap Gods again? Did
No,
play
we
Rap
played on AWB and then
Oh
Rap
yeah,
Gods.
you're right. Yeah, Rap Gods. Rap Gods was. Oh, what a season! All right, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate all the people who are watching this. I appreciate all the captains for showing up. I'll see if I can maybe do a second one of these with the remaining captains. We'll see if they're available tomorrow. But thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for your insight and for talking about the split. And you guys can go ahead and say goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
All right,
Yep,
take it
bye.
easy.
See you guys.